people whose education may not be where it needs to be, the definition of sensationalizing is when you take a story and you glorify it or water it down at the expense of the truth, okay? It's when you tell the story and tell the truth of it, but it's when you tell the story in the wrong sequence. It's when you sensationalize. So he absolutely sensationalized that entire conversation. So I have a problem with that. Now, let's get to Cherry. Share this live. Because this is going to be one of the harder parts for me. Now, just stay around and stick around because you're going to have all the tea to really follow. Moving forward, Cherry and I met probably in 2009, at least easily a decade ago. Cherry always had a crush on me. No shade, I'm cute as hell now. I was cute as hell before I transitioned. I definitely was cute as hell. Shit was together, poppin' makeup artist. And mind you, this is before Madison. So, poppin' makeup artist. At this time, as far as Atlanta is concerned, as far as makeup artists and hairstylists go, the most poppin' people at the time who were on the rise were myself, Tokyo, Japan, a guy named Dariel who's not here anymore, and this guy named Dior who's not here anymore. That was really like the people who were, working with the celebrities and gaining momentum or whatever. So I got a lot of respect from Cherry. Cherry wanted to be a makeup artist or whatever, and she was attracted to me, and we were cool, for some time. Don't get me wrong. She had a crush on me, and that was clear and apparent anytime we were around each other, because if you know anything about Cherry, you know that she's very direct and she says what she wants. She's the type of girl who's like, yo, what's up, nigga? I want to see your dick right now. Like, she's that type of girl. So it was very clear that she had an attraction for me. We were cool, but she was not my type. She was never my type. Let me be clear when I say before Cherry transitioned, Cherry was a bum. Cherry's shit was not together. Her shit was not together. She fought all the time. She was always in some drama. You guys can go on YouTube right now and type in, "You don't even wear Chanel," and that first video that comes up as a fight, the profile name is Hot You Dudes. That's my auntie. She posted that video of Cherry fighting. So I'm just giving you context of the type of person that Cherry was at that time. So with that being said, I was never attracted to her on that level. We were cool, so there were times where we hung out, smoked together. I think I spent the night, with her over her place. Maybe once. I can't remember if I stayed there or if we just laid there and took a nap or something like that. But we were cool, But it was never more than that. No, she was not J. King. No, she was not. Cherry just recently trans. Cherry has not been a girl for more than, in my mind, I want to say it hasn't been more than 5 years, but to be quite honest with you, I cut that hoe off and I wasn't paying attention to when she transitioned, so I can't tell you when, but at this time in 2009, no, she had not transitioned. I hadn't transitioned, she hadn't transitioned. We were both Bush Queens at this time. So that's just to give you guys some context. Anytime she saw me, anytime we were out, she always came up to me. She wanted me. And anybody who really knows this lady knows that that's how she is and that's how she operates with men in general. Gay, straight, whatever. So it just wasn't happening for me. That it wasn't my thing. So on this one specific night, somehow I ended up giving her a ride home from the club or from somewhere. I don't really know how I ended up at her house. I can't remember. I can't remember why I didn't just drop her off and leave. Maybe we were going to smoke a blunt or something like that. I can't really remember. But at any rate, what happened is she took my phone. I had 2 phones at the time, and she took my backup phone, my whole phone, my trap phone. And it didn't have a lock on it. This was 2009. So it didn't have a lock on it. It was just a little flip phone. I had an iPhone as my main phone, and I had a little flip phone as my trap phone. Yes, Shayla Poindexter. Yes. So she's going through my trap phone and she's reading all of the messages from like niggas that I have been fucking with, you know, reading like my sexual escapades or like my hookups and all this stuff with these guys. So she immediately gets pissed off like, yo, I'm shocked. You a hoe and you out here doing this and doing that, doing this and doing that, and I can't even get the time of the day. You doing this and you doing that with this person and with that person. So why can't I get no play? And I'm like, girl, give me my damn phone back. Like, give me my phone. You're doing the most. I'm getting ready to go. So she's like, no, nigga, you're not going nowhere. I looked up to you. I actually wanted to be a makeup artist because of you. You know, so on and so forth. And you've been playing me this whole time. You out here giving all of these other different people play. So I'm like, girl, you're bugging. You're crazy. I need to go. Let me out. So I take my phone and she stands up. Well, actually her door was open at this point, and her roommate was standing in the middle. Her roommate was standing like in the doorway. And I'm like, girl, I'm getting ready to leave. So she stands up, and between me and her roommate, pushes him out the door, steps forward again, and closes the door. Nigga, you not going nowhere. You about to give me some play. So I was just like, girl, you are getting ready to let me go. You're being irrational. This is too much. You're bugging the fuck out. So she pulls out a knife, a box cutter, and she puts it up to my face. And she says, pull that shit out. You're gonna let me suck your dick. Like, you're gonna let me suck your dick. So anybody who knows anything about this girl now knows how impulsive and how irrational she is right now. At that time, Cherry didn't have nothing to lose. Nobody was not checking for this girl. She respectfully was a late Dusty Bush queen, just trying to get it together, going from pillar to post, hopping from house to house to house to house to house. Her shit was not together. And again, respectfully, that was not the type of girl or person, that I was at all interested in dating. So I had seen this girl fight multiple times. I had seen this girl and the drama that she had going on multiple times. And she has just like this crazy eye and crazy appeal. So I'm just sitting there looking at her, shocked at this point, and I'm taking off my earrings, taking off my nose ring, because I'm thinking I'm getting ready to have to fight this bitch, because I really believe truly in my heart that this lady would cut me, for sure. You understand what I'm saying? I believe this in my heart that this person will cut me, you know, and I respect her, the fact that she's transitioned and that she's a girl now. So this is why I'm not saying male pronouns. Take a bite of that lesson, Armand. It's not that hard to respect someone. You see how I can still have a baseline level of respect for this person's identity, even though I have absolutely no respect for her, generally speaking? Take fucking notes. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I honestly believed in my heart of hearts that this girl was gonna cut me. So she sits down on the bed and she still got the knife to me at this point. And she like reaches up under her pillow and she like, bitch, I got a pistol. I will shoot the shit out of you. At that point, I pull my shit out. Girl, just suck it. Just suck it, girl. Her roommate is outside the door like, oh my God, girl, let that person leave. Let him leave. Let him go, girl. You know, like, it was a mess. So she sucks it. Mind you, I'm not even hard. She sucks it. She's sitting there masturbating, doing her thing. She comes. I get my shit. I go. Okay? So I was staying with my aunt at the time when this happened. Me and my auntie Hachu. She's a hairstylist. And I immediately went home and I was devastated. I was devastated. I had never had anything taken from me in that way before. And I was just so upset because at that time my career had really started to take off, and I wasn't really sure how to react, what to do, or anything. I was absolutely floored. So I rushed home to my auntie Hachu. Do you know this bitch Christopher? You know, raped me. And that was that. So that's the story as far as Cherry is concerned. So let's fast forward now back to, well, no. I have to say at that time, this was around the time when me Madison was just in our friendship phase while she was still doing porn, leading up to her transitioning over to mainstream media. So I told Madison about it at that time as well, because we had a budding relationship, so she knew about it exactly when it happened. Okay? So fast forward to the point where everything started to take off with Madison, and we started really traveling a lot, like around 2015. I had moved, let me make sure I tell this correctly. Okay, so me and Madison are working together. Everything's fine. Everything had taken off. Everything is good. We're back at 2015 now. So the very first day I had ever worked for Madison, the very first time, there was issues with money, not on her behalf, just issues with the person who had booked her and then booked me. So I'm speaking to that just to say that I didn't get paid for that very first time for quite some time. And I still had no issue doing it or anything like that. I'm just speaking to my loyalty to the situation. So overall, from the beginning of 2015 to the end of 2015, we were everywhere. We was doing it, we really helped to usher in the beauty appeal that you see all over Facebook now. Madison and I were doing that shit years before the public had the go live option. It's still on her page right now. It's still on my personal page right now. If you feel like scrolling down and going all the way to 15, at the time where only celebrities or people with large followings could go live on Facebook through an app called Facebook Mentions, that was me and Madison. We were doing a damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? I was the only one at that time that had that type of access of everyone on Facebook, especially within the Black community, who was doing that. So we were doing it. So within that time, Madison and I are the same signs. I'm getting ready to. You have to just listen, Sheree. Sheree, you have to just listen. Just listen, and you'll know what she has to do with it. Just listen. So at this point, and I'm not going to get back to the part about Cherry, until a little bit towards the end of this story, and then I will take questions and everything. So just give me about a good 5 more minutes, maybe 10 at the most, to finish it, because I have to tell you every single part so you understand why things are the way they are now. So during this time, Madison and I are the same sign, so our energies really feed off of each other. Anybody who has been there from the beginning knows that it was pure gold when TS Madison and Dri Antonio got together. Whether we were just joking and talking shit on camera, whether we were doing makeup, whether we were like singing and doing all of these different things, it was good. So up comes Paint Bitch Paint. Madison and I are doing makeup one day. We're singing jingles. Madison and I are doing makeup one day, and I can't remember how it exactly happened, but I think she looked in the mirror and was like, "Oh my God, bitch, I look so good, bitch, paint, bitch." And then she started saying, "Paint, bitch, paint," and I jumped in. Let's go, ain't that it? TS Madison. So that became, every time I did her makeup, that actually became an extension of her brand, and it catapulted my brand at the time, just as far as brand visibility as it related to my talent as a makeup artist. So that really became a part of my brand. So much so to the point where I made my website paintdri.com, and I had paid for a lot of legal proceedings to protect that slogan, so that I could get paid to use it and own the rights to it. So fast forward to December 2015, when Lee Daniels released that he was going to put out Star. So at this time, Lee Daniels reposted our Paint Bitch Paint video. And under the post, of course, I'm I'm ecstatic. Oh my God, this is Lee Daniels, who is posting me and Madison and Paint Bitch Painters about my art. Oh my God, this is exciting. Lee, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for, having my girl on the camera. Thank you for supporting my girl, and thank you for supporting me. You need to book her, and you need to book me. So, Madison's LA makeup artist, thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Sunky. Madison's LA makeup artist at the time with his tired, late-ass David Pescado decided to comment under the post with the emoji pointing up towards my comment saying, "This thirsty-ass bitch." So at that time, that man didn't know me from Adam. And my loyalty was 100% to Madison at the time. So I couldn't understand why he would be an embarrassment to himself and why he would be an embarrassment to the brand. So I came up off of Lee Daniels' post and I came to Facebook and I called his ass out right there on the post. Okay? So when I did it, all of these different things came up from this guy, David. Oh, you're in Madison's shadows. If you weren't doing Madison's makeup, you would not have the notoriety that you have, blah, 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 blah. So Gio actually commented under it and was like, oh, you guys need to stop, blah, blah, blah. And I got pissed and was like, no, absolutely not. This guy disrespected me. And at this time, Madison was really, really, really outspoken at this point in time because she was still continuing to build her brand. So my response was, this lady says whatever she wants when someone disrespects her, and I always have her back. But this gentleman absolutely disrespected me, and I can't stand up for myself. No, honey. As a matter of fact, I don't ever have to do Madison's makeup again, and I'll still be that girl. Have you bitches forgotten that I started off working for the Real Housewives franchise, that I started off with an Emmy Award-winning agency, that I started off in corporate beauty? I don't need this. Technically speaking, Madison is a C-lister or D-lister at best in comparison to the clients that I had the opportunity of working with before. So I don't have to take this. I know my value and I don't have to take this. So that was my response at that time. Like, if you feel like I'm wrong for saying something, fuck all y'all, because I don't really need it. So I was really hurt at that situation because during that time when things were going really good, Madison's beef with Samantha James had gotten really out of hand. There was a time when we were here in New York doing a booking, and Madison had got a phone call from her alarm company, and that Cookie Tookie had someone had set Madison's house on fire. And I'm gonna say allegedly it was Cookie because there were some things that were communicated prior to that would have led us to believe that it was at the hands of Samantha. Okay? And there were other situations during that time when the beef got really bad with Samantha, where some girls in the House of Revlon here in New York approached me, physically, and I had to protect myself. There were other situations where Samantha's team specifically was harassing me, calling me, DMing me, texting me constantly to do Madison's makeup. And it was people continuously and constantly reaching out to me to try to go through me to hurt Madison. Okay? And I stood 10 toes down for this lady. I never, ever, ever spoke out about anything. So when that situation happened, I was out. Because you can't care about me. My health was at risk with these girls approaching me up here in New York, and you're not even here. I'm here by myself at that time. And I had to deal with that physical altercation on my own. People reaching out to me, harassing me, trying to go through me to hurt you. And all the things that I was there for, with your house being put on fire, with all these different threats and stuff coming through, I stood there and had her back 10 toes down. So when that situation happened, when David disrespected me on social media, and you sat back and said nothing, because I know you watching, Madison, hey, when you sat back and you said nothing, that fucked me up in my head, and immediately I was gone, and I meant it, that I never had to do her makeup again, and I would be fine, because I don't need that type of energy in my life, and regardless, self comes first. The first time you did me dirty, I was gone, and you know it. Because that was some bullshit. That opportunity when Lee put us on his platform, that was not all the way about you, and you wanted to make it all the way about you, so you could only be the one to get clout and to get shine from that situation. And Paint Bitch Paint was not yours. He did not take a TS Madison video where you was talking your shit. He took a video of TS Madison and Dri Antonio singing Paint Bitch Paint, which represents my brand. So that was absolutely about me. So I was pissed. To speak further to that point, Madison did not call me for 3 days when that situation happened. And I was upset. 3 days it took her to call me. 3. And when she finally did call me, guess what she said? Well, Dri, I understand your frustration, but girl, I just really did not like what you said about me. Oh, I really didn't like it when you said you don't have to do my makeup anymore. Like, was that necessary? And I'm like, yo, bitch, I'm sorry. Was I the one who was offended and disrespected? Or were you the one who was offended and disrespected? How dare you call my phone while I'm in pain, while I'm upset at your lack of loyalty, and you call and you make it about you? Have you lost your mind? I meant it when I said I don't ever have to do your makeup anymore. I meant that. So this is what I'm saying to you guys in this moment. I said that to her verbatim, and that's what she said to me verbatim. Madison, I said at that time, Madison, I absolutely meant it when I said I don't have to do your makeup no more. I'm not, because they were making it seem like I was in her shadows, or like Madison had made my career at that time, and it's not true. Madison was supplemental to my career, and you guys seen me grow a whole lot at that time because I wasn't working for a corporation at this specific moment. I had just finished up at the L'Oreal Institute, and I was completely dedicated to the brand of Madison. I had a boyfriend, who was, Tayo was the senior agent for Click Modeling Agency up here in New York and managed the one in Atlanta. So I didn't have no money issues. I had a boyfriend who supported me, so I was able to travel and do all those things and not really worry about, anything. So I don't need you. I don't need you. So she's just like, well, girl, I understand. Let's just leave it where it's at, and I'll catch you on the flip side. So at that point, I didn't really speak to Madison for about 6 or 7 months at that point, and I had moved to LA. My ex and I had moved to LA. So at that time, I was really hurt and I was really jaded by the situation because Madison went on to be associated with Lee and Star and doing all of those things, blah, 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 blah. And I had put in so much work and so much effort, and you're winning and you're using my brand of Paint Bitch Paint now to market other makeup artists. So, I'm speaking ahead. So she and I linked up one time while she was out in California, and we went to Norm's in California, and we talked face to face about it. And because the thing about it is that the general consistency between she and I was, okay, this is not working professionally, but I love you so much, girl, and you love me so much, so let's at least be friends, Let's at least be friends. So we kind of like rectified it. We didn't really rectify it. We just at least solidified our relationship at that moment. Right, Star, exactly. So, fast forward. So again, I meant what the hell I said. So I stayed out in LA. I was doing wonderful out in LA without Madison. I did great. I actually ended up taking another job that moved me back to Atlanta as a national artist trainer for Urban Decay. So now, fast forward, it's the end of 2016 going into the beginning of 2017. I moved back to Atlanta from LA November of 2016. Okay? So at that time, during that time, that year, she and I had worked together a couple of times. And one specific time while we were out in California, out in DC, she stole Gio's car. And it came up missing. He was still in Atlanta. Gio's keys were in the bedroom. This young man rummaged through this man's stuff, took his car to go and pick up Trade from offline. Trade is a DO guy. Got pulled over by the police and ended up going to jail. So this was my first indication that Madison's loyalty was off, because Madison held the secret to herself for like a day or two while they were trying to find Gio's car before she told him. Okay? So we come back to Atlanta. He gets his car back. Chi did it. Boom. She sent Chi away back to Florida for a while. So at this time, WeTV was scouting her to do a show that was like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but the circle of trans girls. It was herself, it was Felicity, it was Shauna Brooks, it was this lady named Yanni Walton, it was Shayla Stacks, and Madison. And we filmed this entire pilot. WeTV put in $250,000 for this. Okay, so if this happened, like I said, in November of 2017. I was back in Atlanta full time at this point. And the situation fell through. Well, before the situation fell through, on the evening where we were wrapping up the pilot, I smoked with Chi. I smoked a blunt. And Madison has been very clear, and I'm going to be transparent in this situation. I'm going to be very transparent. And yes, that's why he was missing for a while at that time, Zuri. That's why he was gone for a while, because he had stolen Gio's car. Okay? And so back to the day we wrapped up for WeTV. This is the second time we fell out now. This is going to be the second time. Madison, I'm going to be transparent. Madison has always made it very clear from the jump that she didn't really like the fact that I smoked weed. And she especially did not want me to smoke with Chi, because Chi has some stuff going on in his head, and Chi really changes when he smokes weed. So she constantly said, Dri, please do not smoke with Chi. Please don't, especially when I'm working. Please don't, because he was doing the most. So on this one specific day, I had smoked after we had wrapped. Everybody else was drinking. Madison wasn't drinking at the time, so Madison was sober. Gio had his regular rum and diet. I'm off that liquor and some weed. All the girls are gone. At this point, it's myself, Miss Mary, and Madison sitting all at her dining room table. So at this point, I asked for Gio to manage me, because we were pretty sure that the WeTV situation was going to be picked up, and I just was like, hey, it'll work best, and he said no. And I said, well, why? So come to find out, in that situation, Gio had been really upset with me for about 6 months, because when we were in New York one time at a gig, a rental car in Madison's name ended up having a dent on the side of it, and it was in Gio's possession. Not Madison's nor mine's. So when we noticed it, Madison and I are having commentary amongst each other, and she's like, well, what do you think happened? Because Gio said he didn't do it. So my response to Madison was, girl, I didn't drive it, you didn't drive it. Obviously, he either did it or it happened while it was in his possession, like somebody sideswiped it while he was parked that night. Something. You understand what I'm saying? So from there, when Gio and I spoke about this, Gio was really upset, because Gio was absolutely adamant that he did not get into a collision in this rental car. And he was like, girl, I want to quit. Girl, I want to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. So I went back to Madison and was like, girl, let's figure out what the situation is. He's talking about he want to quit. This is like really minuscule. You pay for insurance with a rental car, girl. It's not really that big of a deal. So Madison went back to Gio and said whatever she said to him, and made it seem like I was double crossing Gio and saying to her what she had said to him. what he has said to me. I'm really thinking that, because he's never admitted to me exactly what she said, but I'm really thinking that it was one of those situations where, because Madison is a Libra, we're the same sign, we're very intuitive and very discerning. So I'm really assuming that Madison kind of like had a taste of what he probably said to me, and she took a guesstimate and was right, and then he told on himself. So he felt like, because I didn't say anything to her in that moment besides, he said he want to quit, girl. Like, let's figure out how to get past this. However, he was mad for 6 months, and I had no idea what had happened. From that point up until this point at the table when we were wrapping up this pilot for WeTV, I never knew until then that he was upset with me for 6 months. I could not understand why he was ignoring my text messages. I could not understand why he was acting so shady for that 6 months. And that was the reason. I see your comment, Sunky. Let me see if I can pin this. Yep. There you go.